You're born into 17th century England, into what people might call a decent family, not rich enough for fancy silk, not poor enough to starve, just comfortably forgettable. Your mother does all the cooking, cleaning, and keeping you alive. Your father, he's never home for long, always out doing stuff. Then you hit the 1-year mark. Huge achievement, by the way. You've officially dodged the Grim Reaper's newborn sweep, where nearly 40% of kids don't make it this far. Congrats, you survived. By age 3, you start realizing something's off. Nobody visits your home, you don't live near other kids, and for some reason your mother never lets you wander outside. Something about wolves, stray ones that apparently enjoy snacking on children. Then one evening your world cracks open. Mom takes you to the market for vegetables. Instead of the grand adventure you imagined, you get stared at. Hard, people whisper, some glare. A few even curse at you and your mother. You're 3 years old, so obviously you have no idea what's happening. Maybe you dropped food on your shirt. Maybe they just hate toddlers. Then you hear it, executioner's brat. Your mother doesn't wait for more. She grabs you and hauls you home, moving faster than you've ever seen her. But it's too late. The word is out, and now so is your curiosity. That night you wait. You sit fidgeting until Papa finally walks through the door, flamboyant coat and all, looking like he just stepped off a stage. You don't even let him sit down. You need answers. And so, with a sigh that carries the weight of generations, your father leans in and tells you why you live in the shadows, why people spit when they see your family. Your father is an executioner. Suddenly, the wolves don't seem so scary anymore. Your father is the man they call when they want someone dead, the walking embodiment of justice, or at least that's what the city tells itself. But there's a problem. He's getting old, and guess what? You're next in line. Wait, what? No, you had plans, good plans. Maybe a blacksmith shaping steel instead of splitting skulls. Maybe a knight cutting down enemies on the battlefield, not butchering criminals in the city square. Anything but this. Your father doesn't sugarcoat it. He sits you down, looks you straight in the eye, and delivers the harsh truth. Nobody in this city will let you do anything else. He once dreamed of being a knight too. But that was never going to happen. His father was an executioner. His father before him was an executioner. And his father's father, executioner. This is the family business. You're trapped. At age 12, training begins. Like any other job, you need to learn the trade. You start small, taking care of execution tools, sharpening axes, swords, oiling ropes, cleaning up the execution sites after someone loses their head. It's gruesome, sure, but bearable. At least you haven't had to watch someone die yet. Oh, look at that, you jinxed it. 8 months in, your father calls you to witness your first real execution. A man stands on the scaffold, weeping, begging for mercy. His children are in the crowd, screaming for their father's life. The crowd watches, some solemn, some hungry for blood. Your father stands there, not like a man, but like a reaper waiting for the harvest. And then the rope snaps taut. His neck breaks with a crack that echoes in your skull. It hits you like a fist to the chest. This isn't just training, this is your life. Bitter, angry, trapped. You clean up the blood, haul the body away while the city glares at your father like he was the one who passed the sentence, like he's the villain, and one day that'll be you. You're 14 now. 2 years of scrubbing bloodstains and hauling corpses have earned you the right to start real training. And by real training, I mean something that makes those past 2 years feel like a vacation at Disneyland. If Disneyland had chopping blocks and torture chambers. First lesson, human anatomy. No, not sketches or dusty books. You learn by watching your father slice open real corpses right in front of you. At first you turn away, gagging, but you don't get to look away for long. You learn or you bleed. That's the rule. Every mistake is corrected with a beating, because executioners don't just kill, they extract information, which means you also learn the art of torture, and learning means watching. You watch him tear out a man's teeth, one by one, while the victim screams and writhes in agony. You watch him break fingers, dislocate joints, all while keeping the prisoner conscious enough to confess. You don't like it, but over time you learn. Something useful, pulling out teeth with your bare hands, sloppy, a pair of pliers, much cleaner. A year passes. You master how to keep a man alive just long enough to make him talk, how the body works, where to cut deep, where to cut slow, where pain lives. You're almost ready to start killing. Except no, this job isn't just swinging a sword for money. There are rules, 2 more years. 2 years of memorizing laws, city regulations, execution protocols. Just you and your father, in a profession so cursed that nobody ever applies for the job. You don't have to compete. You don't have to prove yourself against anyone, because no one wants to live the life you were born into. Then finally, at 17, your father decides it's time, but not for public executions, not yet. First, you practice by torturing prisoners for confessions. It's slow, messy work, but you do it. And when your father sees that you can break men without flinching, he nods. Now you're ready. Your first public execution. You pull on the black cloak, not to hide your identity. Everyone knows who you are. It's to strike fear into their hearts. The crowd watches in silence as you step onto the scaffold, sword in hand. You keep your back straight, grip firm, movements controlled. But inside, you're sweating, shaking. Your heart is hammering against your ribs like it wants to escape. Your father's words echo in your head, "Fake it till you make it." The convicted man is dragged onto the podium. He's forced to his knees. The priest murmurs a final blessing. You don't wait. Your sword flashes in the sunlight. One clean stroke. His head rolls. The crowd gasps. The execution was so fast, so smooth, that for a second they can't believe it actually happened. You're good, disturbingly good. The crowd disperses, but not without giving you their parting gifts, curses. Even the priests spit at your feet like you chose this life, like you wanted to be a butcher in a cloak. Execution after execution, you improve. You refine your technique. Your father notices. Even he can't deny your talent. Soon he retires. The title is yours now, the city's official executioner. Time to enjoy everything your father did. Being an executioner isn't just about swinging a blade. It comes with privileges. You're paid well, not just for killing, but for keeping the streets safe. You're also allowed to take whatever you want from the dead: clothes, jewelry, boots. Your entire wardrobe is built on corpses. And this makes people hate you even more. Imagine this. Elizabeth, whose father you beheaded yesterday, sees you parading through the market in his favorite coat. How do you think she feels? That's right, she wants to kill you. But she won't, because you're untouchable. The church refuses to let you in unless it's a special mass, and those are rare. They say you're unclean, a necessary evil. And yet you're expected to marry. So you leave your father's home, buy a house on the city outskirts, and find someone as hated as you, a prostitute. She's beautiful. She understands you. She has no family, no one to judge her for choosing the city's butcher. Your wedding is as empty as your childhood dreams. No priests, no guests, just you, your parents, and one aunt who probably came for the free meal. But at least you're happy. And for an executioner, happiness is a rarity. 1,000 deaths later, the years roll by. You become famous. Your name reaches neighboring cities. They whisper about the executioner who never misses, whose blade is so sharp and swift that death comes before the pain. Other cities offer you work. Extra coin for extra bodies. You accept. Why not? It's what you're good at. But fame doesn't change anything. You're still the monster in their stories. Parents still use your name to scare children into behaving. Be good, or the executioner will come for you. Your wife gives you 2 sons. You hold them as babies and pray to a God who won't listen that they'll escape this curse, that somehow the bloodline will end with you. But deep down, you know better. Your eldest is 12 now, the same age you were when training began. He looks at you differently these days, not with love, not with pride, with the same trapped horror you once felt. One evening, he asks you the question you've been dreading. Papa, will I have to be like you? You want to lie, you want to tell him he can be anything. A blacksmith, a merchant, a scholar, but you can't, because you know the truth. So you sit him down, look him in the eye, and deliver the same words your father once gave you. Nobody will let you do anything else. This is the family business. You're trapped. And as you watch the light die in his eyes, you realize something terrible. You didn't just inherit your father's profession. You inherited his curse. And now you're passing it down just like he did, just like his father did, just like every executioner before you. The cycle never breaks, it only repeats. You were born an executioner's son. You'll die an executioner's father. And in between, you were just a man who killed for it. Living in a world that needed you, but would never forgive you for existing. The end.